Okay, we're just going to go over a couple quick troubleshooting instructions if you have to get back and take a look at the processor. I just want to go over a few things here so you're familiar with them. This is your processor, your PLC. You want to make sure that it's in the run mode when it's keyed on and everything's powered up. If it's not in the run mode, and if it's any of the others, we either have an issue with power coming to it that's insufficient, or potentially there's another device in here right there that's called your EEPROM. Your EEPROM is basically like it's a storage unit for the memory, memory storage for the program, the software that's in the computer, that has on occasion gotten corrupted. If you get bad power to the machine or some kind of a spike or some static, that information that resides on that EEPROM can get damaged. So if you come back here and you have a light on here that says fault, that program has gotten damaged. It's not a big deal. That part is relatively easy to take out. We can send you a new one, put a new one in, and everything will be fine. Down here are your inputs. That's what these lights represent. Up here are your outputs. You will be, when the machine ships, you'll have a schematic which will show you your inputs with a description and your outputs. This way you can go back and you can see the light relative to the schematic, and you can determine if the correct sensors are lit or not lit. So we'll be sending you one of those with the machine. Up here you have fuses for your routers. In addition to fuses, you also have overloads. If the fuse were to burn, there's an LED light in here that will illuminate. When it's illuminated, it's burnt. If it's not illuminated, it's fine. It only lights up when there's an issue when there's a fault with the fuse. The contact, the overload underneath it can also trip out if you've hit something very hard, or if the bit is dull, or if the motor's just starting to wear out. To reset it, you just push that in and turn it, and that should generally always reset it. You can also test it by pushing that in. Now you hear the machine shut down when I push that in, because the holding circuit, the MCR, is monitoring to make sure that the overloads are not tripped. So if one of these were to trip, you'd go to key the machine on and it wouldn't start until you reset whichever overload is tripped out. This unit over here is for your vacuum. The vacuum has an outlet, and if the vacuum contactor has an outlet, so if you're running a vacuum and the vacuum were to overload, it too has an overload in it that would shut down the whole machine. This is your MCR. You can see you got a light in there. When we lose control of the machine, I'm going to hit the E-stop button here. See, the light goes out. When we key it on, you hear it click and the light comes on. That lets us know that the status of the MCR, the master control relay, is in play. And as we went over before, your overloads can kill that. Lack of air can kill that, because if the machine doesn't have enough pressure to clamp the material down safely, it'll shut down, so it won't try to route a moving board. The light beam up front is also connected to that, so if someone reaches in to do something on the machine, that'll shut it off, but you should have your safety guard on there anyway. But in case it's not on, then it'll shut down because of that. And that should conclude the maintenance and troubleshooting.